Right. Oh, snap. I need to find my angle. Like, where are you pointing at? Cheese and bread. Damn, camera. You want some bullshit. There we go. All right. So y'all can hear me good enough to where what needs to get done gets done. Yeah, baby. I'm gonna make it do what it do. Yeah. Um, Girl, you know you better watch out. Some guys are only about that thing. That thing. Okay. Bomb. Boom. Bam bam boo. Where she come from? Gangbang school. You really having me do this? You having me do all this? You're playing with my emotions, so? I feel like the wife gonna mess around and jump in at some random point. She be like, "Hey, babe, what you doing?" You know damn well what I'm doing. What the fuck you mean? I love my wife. She's amazing. Get on my goddamn nerves sometimes, but that's one of the things that I love about her. She's very. What's the word I'm looking for? Comfortable. I'm joking. She's spontaneous. You don't know exactly when she's coming around, but when she does, she's there. And she gonna be right there for real. She gonna be there and she gonna make sure that you know that she there. I'm feeling a draft behind me. Not sure exactly what it is. That's right side, so it's this one. This is the one that I need. Oh, 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 la, 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 la.
Girl caught her boyfriend and his sister having sex, and because she caught them, they decided to end her life.
AI executives are saying,
Damn.
I'm not gonna have kids until the new Neuralink is built.
I want to wait to have kids until we figure out how Neuralink or other ways for brains to interlink with a computer until they start working.
The U.S. military is this Pakistani military. What is this? Is it extraterrestrial?
Right there. Yeah, and then some of the comments are saying like where, but then you got this one comment right here.
Yes, what the Okay, that's weird,
That's
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and 7-up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every Smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like
I'm eating a turkey wing.
Tap in with this content. I appreciate you if you're watching your TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was Smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning.
Gobble, gobble.
I hope not. But shout out to Susan Burns. I had to give you a shout out. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the
Video, man. Let's go.
Let's go.
That dog held his own. That dog said, "What the fuck's up, bro? What's up? What's up?" Dog said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out." Look at that. That dog knew what was up too.
That looked like a demon or something.
This looks like AI. That's where AI has come to. This shit look like AI. I don't hear no noises from this supposedly
I
Yeti.
couldn't see him, bro. Damn, terrible cameraman.
The apocalypse has begun. The apocalypse has begun. Rise up. A lyric heard during the show. Wake up, there, everywhere. I believe it. I could have swore we saw an eye. Yep, there's an eye right there in the middle. Illuminati. In between the pyramids. In between the pyramids of the pyramids.
Wisdom for the open-hearted. Wisdom for the people of God. Don't fall into Satan's traps. Wake up.
What is Satan's traps? That's the question I want to ask.
I want y'all to remember these faces because these was the motherfuckers that had a bunker in Alabama filled with kids.
Whoa.
At least 6 kids aging from 3 to 10 years old was taken to this bunker and investigators say that there are multiple suspects accused of
What's your thoughts, man? Prayers.
At first I was like, is it their kids? Because if I built a bunker
it's
and I had my kids in there,
369 method, and basically all it is like the ultimate manifestation. You write down what you want to become, like you already became it. So you write it down 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times at night, and you read it before you go to bed. So you read it 9 times before you go to bed. So basically, it's just like I would write down, I'm gonna be the first millionaire.
My grandma put me onto this.
I write it down every single day. Money come easily, frequently, and abundantly every single day. I write it down 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times at night, and I read it before I go to sleep. So when you go to sleep, you go to the 4th dimension, which is the dream state. That's the highest consciousness that you have.
It's actually not the highest.
When you wake up, that was the last thing that you read. So now what happens is you come back to the physical state, 3 dimension where we at right now, and you just basically like massive manifest the shit that you want. Do that shit for 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
Say it
369 is method.
Accomplished it, bro.
369 work.
I smile every time I see that clip because I appreciate that video right there, bro. I seen him talk about how he drove past the house, his dream house, so many times before he actually bought it. He manifested. And all I can say is that method right there changed my life, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I started that method before I started this channel, bro. And all I'm gonna say is miracles happen right after that and prayer, bro. That 369 method, prayer and God. That's the best advice I could give to anybody. I prayed, bro. I prayed. My sister still got me a painting that's right above, right here in front of me, and it say, "I still remember the days I prayed for what I have now." I read that every single day, and I thank God every single day. But that 369 method is golden, bro. Try it. Write your goals as if you already have accomplished them. That simple. 3 times, 6 times, 9 times. I don't read it no more. I say it naturally.
They went to interview a tribe not knowing it would be the biggest mistake of their lives. The moment they arrived, one of the tribesmen placed a necklace made of human teeth and bones around the reporter's neck. Yep. The crew tried to stay calm, and the reporter quietly took it off, then continued asking questions like everything was normal. But the atmosphere quickly changed. The tribesmen began getting visibly irritated by the...
And you know what happened next. They ate their asses.
The moon. All right,
No,
the moon
did he?
is something that has been freaking me out here lately. So there's a thing called a wet moon, and that is when the moon basically turns up like a U, like this. And they call it a wet moon. It goes back to, you know, the native times and stuff because it's shaped like a bowl and it can hold water. That is supposed to be kind of a rare event. Like you usually only see a wet moon a few times a year, and it's usually in the winter and the spring because the way the earth tilts, it kind of changes our perspective of how we view the moon. But that has been happening. Again, this is one of those things where it's like almost every other week. And I've been pointing this out to people. Look at the moon. Is that normal? Do you remember seeing it that way? And people are like, I've never seen it like that. And people usually don't realize it until they look up and they actually view the moon, because most of us don't look up anymore. We always have our head down for numerous
Looking at a
reasons.
fucking phone.
But when they look up and they start to notice, they notice it often. And I'm here to tell you that I've been noticing this for at least 5 years, maybe actually more than that. I've been taking pictures of it. I've seen it as far down as Florida. I've got pictures of it in Georgia. I see it here in Kentucky all the time, literally every month, and sometimes it's numerous nights in a row. And it's not like it starts out as a wet moon and it eventually tilts because our perspective changes. It's a wet moon all day and night. When it comes up and it goes back down, it is a wet moon. So what is happening? What is leading to that? And why is it so common now? And I highly encourage you, if you're not paying attention to the sky, please stop and take some time to look up, because there's a lot of stuff going on in our skies that we're just oblivious to because we never look up. We never view the sky. We always have our head down. And another thing that you're going to see when you look up is the fact that clouds have changed. Back when I was growing up, clouds were fluffy. I remember laying in the backyard and we would stare up at the clouds and we would think about what they look like. Oh, look, that one looks like a bunny rabbit. Or that one looks like a lion lying down. Or, you know, fill in the blank. It looks like something.
Now it looks like a lion.
But today, when you look up, it's nothing but lines in the sky. And those lines, here at my house anyway, they start at about 9 a.m. Sometimes they run all night, but usually they start at about 9 a.m. It'll be a bluebird sky, just like it is right now. This is a very rare occasion, by the way, because this is usually not the case. This is how it starts out at about 7 a.m. But by 9, there are lines in the sky, and by 2 or 3, it's basically smog. There's this thick cloud that just spreads across the sky, and it blocks out the sun. I've also been documenting this for several...
Where I'm located, usually around like 11, 10 o'clock in the morning, that's when I start seeing the chemtrails going on. No later than 1 o'clock, fucking smog, covered, no longer clear. No later than like 12:30, it's done. No longer a clear sky. If we had a clear sky at 9 o'clock, no later than 12:30 in the afternoon, it's gone.
Several years now, and I have seen and actually caught on video not just air freighters, like not just the big planes with jet engines doing this. I caught 2 military prop planes flying over my house, side by side, leaving these lines in the sky at a fairly low altitude. And in addition to the clouds and the moon and the sun and the northern lights, something else that seemed to have started this year is that we've had wind every single day this year. There has literally not been a single day in 2026 where it has not been windy. Today is a prime example of that. The wind is gusting. It's just the way things are now. And personally, I'm not a huge fan of the wind because it's kind of annoying when you're outside trying to do something and it's gusting you all around. It just annoys the crap out of me. But for some reason, it's windy.
I have been noticing that. It's been windy every day. There's always some type of wind breeze. There's always some type of breeze. I don't remember the wind blowing every day. I mean, it's crazy because where I'm located, I can't disclose it because I got stalkers. Where I'm located, it's known to be like a dry heat. And the wind doesn't blow every day, but I've been noticing ever since like February, that wind does not stop. It's crazy. It's crazy. Wonder what's going on there. Dun, 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 dun.
Every single day. And there is no exception to that. Something else that recently happened is an article popped up in my feed the other day talking about how Tornado Alley has now moved from Kansas and out west all the way over to the state of Kentucky, where I'm at, and Tennessee, and this area. And it kind of makes sense because we've already had a couple tornadoes this year.
They're saying that everyone born between 1980 and 1993 has the same exact mole on their left arm. Now, I thought this was a bunch of bullshit, y'all, until every single person I've asked so far actually has had one. Check your arm and tell me if this is real or not. This might be a coincidence, a bunch of bullshit, or I might be losing my mind, but I actually have two of them. 1, 2. Check your arm.
I tied it over my left one, but I got one on.
Hold up. Hold on. I'm curious. Mole on your left arm. Oh shit, I got one right here. Oh, no, that's not a mole. So what the fuck was that? Alright, whatever the fuck that was, it came off. I mean, I got... Would that be considered a mole? I mean, it looks like one. I got a bunch of scars. I can't really say moles. Take me back to the room. Ooh. I was born in '90. I don't really see a mole on me, so I don't know. Maybe I'm a fucking clone.
On my right, too.
I see a lot of people posting and speaking about how lately they've been hearing birds chirping at night. Like, when did that start happening, right? And I've been observing something. So I've been sitting out the past couple of nights, and sometimes it's past midnight. I also sit outside in the day. And what I've realized over the past couple of days, because I've been paying more attention, is that the birds in the daytime sing differently than the birds at night. I know it sounds crazy, but when I hear the birds chirping and singing when I'm sitting out in the daytime, I feel it energetically. Their frequency is different than the birds that are chirping at night. So I don't believe that these birds that are out at night are actual birds. They are watching. They're watching.
Don't even believe it. They're just birds, though, bro. There's these speakers they put up in the neighborhood and just playing that shit. Because I remember we seen that too. Dude was looking for bird sounds. He went behind some rocks or something, pulled the speaker on. It was a bird. Bird sounds. Do y'all remember that clip? I remember that clip did get muted, and I had to like bring it back. I do remember that though. Let me know your thoughts, bro. They could be watching. Who's to say it's even birds anyway? They don't even need birds to watch you. Trust me. They can do that shit through your TV or your computer or your cell
Wi-Fi.
phone. So that's the only reason why I bring that idea up. Y'all let me know your thoughts, man.
What's that? Oh, human.
Bruh, they can watch everything you do in your house via your Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi sends signals out that go through your body and lets you know exactly what's going on in the household. They got rid of lead paint so that way it doesn't block these signals that are being See, I don't know who's listening, so I can't use like big words. So that way the lead paint does not block the signals that are being sent off from the routers. That's how AI can tell you what it is that you're doing, how you're sitting and all that stuff. Taps into your Wi-Fi. So what does it do with the Wi-Fi? All those signals is kind of like how a dolphin uses sonar to see where it's going. Things bounce back and it creates images. So lets those who are monitoring know what's going on. That's how I'm about to snitch. That's how FBI, SWAT, and everything can tell where people are in the houses. How the military can also tell where people are in the houses. not just by heat waves. But I'm getting too much into it. Let's get back to the video.
They're now upping their game when it comes to taking people, and they're going as far as dressing up as Walmart employees to trick you. Well, tell me more! Yeah, this is getting absolutely wild, because what's happening right now is people are reporting that what they're doing is when they're in Walmart, an employee of Walmart comes up to them, which isn't really an employee, but rather dressed like one, but they don't know that right away, and what they'll tell them is, hey, is your car this vehicle with this license plate? Obviously, they watched them come in and got this information, but now they're coming up to them to ask them about it so they can then lure them outside. They're essentially telling them that their vehicle is being towed because they're trying to create new spaces for VIP Walmart guests. So essentially, once you get outside, things can get a little bit dicey and they can take off with you. If they're unsuccessful on this attempt, what they are doing is they're already placing an air tag under your hood or somewhere else, and then following up later on. Okay.
Bring that smoke if you want to. We about to find out who the best of the best is, and I'm making it home. Let's see if your ass do. This all for entertainment. What I'm saying ain't true, but I'm just saying, people playing too much, keep around with the wrong people, and you ain't gonna make it home. I'm just saying, bro, like, you can't play with people trying to stop people from getting home. I think we all getting tired of this human tea. I can't say the word, but I think we all getting tired of that shit, bro. Because it's like, go do something else. Why do you want to mess with other people? You can't even see what a person going through, so why would you mess with another person? You don't know how far this person willing to go, so why would you mess with a random person? So anybody who planning to take people, remember that shit, bro. You don't know, you don't never know who you messing with. You with a person that you don't know what they've been through or what they got on them. You know what I mean? You don't know who they related to. Whole lot of elements you gotta balance out there.
Did you have flesh-eating screwworms on your 2026 bingo card? And why do I ask that? Because right now, this is happening in Texas. You got flesh-eating screwworms that feed off of warm-blooded animals. And it just seems the way there's been such little reporting other than what you're seeing from local Texas news organizations. The rest of the country just doesn't care. But Texas is sounding the alarm. And to put a little more context onto what these guys actually do, they eat living flesh. Keep that in the back of your mind. They don't go looking for like animals that are deceased on the side of the road. They will eat living flesh. And if you recall, the United States got rid of these back in the 1960s. So the question needs to be asked, why are they back? And we didn't think about these bugs for over 60 years, but now we need to start thinking about them? So what is now officially the worst case scenario? They claim that they did not start in Texas, so then we need to figure out how they got there. And what happens now if they start moving through livestock and moving all through the United States? So keep a close eye on this, even though you can say, well, it's in Texas, it's not where I am. But if it starts going through livestock and animals get affected, the price of everything starts to go this way. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
They playing with mosquitoes and ticks. Why wouldn't they start playing with that? Put it on humans. Just for entertainment? What I'm saying ain't true? They ain't even did it yet. At least I know of. What's your thoughts?
This girl caught her boyfriend and his sister having sex, and because she caught them, they decided to end her life.
Wait. The girl's sister was having sex with her boyfriend, or the boyfriend and his sister were having sex?
The boyfriend and his own blood sister were having sexual relations. One day, Kayla decided to go to his house, unannounced. She pulls up to the crib, and when she gets there, this is where she sees this strange thing of her boyfriend doing sexual acts with his 20-year-old sister.
Dude.
She starts yelling at them, going crazy, and then she storms out of the house and tries to leave. They planned this thing because Kayla, when she was yelling at them, she was pretty much telling them, like, I'm going to tell people about this because this is disgusting and this is crazy. And somehow, this dude convinces Kayla to give him a ride somewhere.
What the hell?
And right before she gave him a ride, he did something to mess up her car while they were driving. His sister shows up with like 3 to 4 other guys.
Whoa.
They throw her in a trunk. They take her to the woods, and that's where they got rid of her, like, body pretty much out there. They eventually end up finding all of these people, and they bring them in. And the 20-year-old sister, I'm pretty sure her name was Alana Mason. When they're interrogating her, she pretty much gets the rest of them caught up because she was in this room, and she kept scratching her arm. They were just like, bro, that looks pretty bad. Like, what is that? She was like, oh, it's like poison ivy.
Ooh.
And that was one of the biggest parts of the case, is that her body was found in a very dense wooded area.
Where poison ivy
would be at. And her poison ivy was nasty.
Oh,
she was scratching it the whole time, and it kept getting worse as she was going through the interrogation. These people all got arrested, and literally right now they're still going to see how long all of them are going to be sentenced. All because they did not want their secret of them having incest relations to get out.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Caleb.
You're fucking your sister,
bro.
Esperado, eu não posso sair pra fora da minha casa, lá na frente, eu não posso nem ver os bichinhos, não posso fazer nada, tem um monte de gente aqui. Parece os zumbis, querem... Ai, gente, os carros pretos, tudo escuro. Eu tô com muito medo, sério, eu nunca tive tanto medo na minha vida, nem o dia do Alien. Eu tô sozinho, gente, sozinho.
Fresh bag of chips. Unopened. Let's get it. I love Johns Hopkins University. In fact, I got my doctorates from that university. What the? Oh my gosh! What is going on?
You're getting weak, bruh.
I know I ain't that weak. Good grief. No, not again. No, no, no. How did Tony Fauci know in the year 2000 CIA? Aaron, you getting on my last nerves. Get down. How did Tony Fauci know in the year 2017 that the incoming administration was going to see a surprise visit from a virus? Hold up.
These chips are good.
Why was there a guy, speaking in heavy code here, named Carrie Melinda? Come on. Work with me here. Look it up. How is it that he was able to tell everybody right before Covisha happened that Covisha was about ready to happen? How is it that Johns Hopkins University came out play by play of precisely how Covisha was going to happen? I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know what we're talking about. There's something in the chest. What are you talking about? I'm just asking questions. Why is it that a dude named Curry, yeah, come on, use your discernment, you know what I'm talking about. How is it that a dude named Curry, Melinda, was telling everybody right before Covisha happened that you can't even use this video game system to test the actual video game? Come on, you guys know what I gotta go.
I love his work, bro. For real.
my granddad said he's seen centaurs before, 2 of them. Like centaurs, the half horse, half man creature. He said back in the day, he was in the woods with some of his friends and they was smoking reefer. And he said they heard something like running through the woods. And he said they sounded big. So he was like, what? Like, they was like, what is that? And he said, when they seen them, he said the centaurs were golden. Both of them were golden.
Rajang.
And he said the centaurs noticed that my granddad and his friends could see them, so they just stopped. And he said when they stopped, they like slid a little bit, like that's how hard they was running. And he said when they stopped and they just looked at him, he said him and his friends just bolted. They just dipped. And I was like, what? He was laughing the whole time when he said it. He was like, I know, it sounds crazy. I know, like, I don't know. Javante was like, I don't know. I don't know. But we definitely saw them at the same time. Like, we all looking at it. And that was that. So, and now fast forward, I'm learning about the fallen angels and how they was creating abominations and how stuff like that was real. And it very well could be real. Like, so did they like see beyond the veil? Were they in like a spiritual hotspot? You know, because those exist. Like, what did they see? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just sitting there like, like what? I just asked if you seen a ghost before. I didn't know you was gonna take that route. Damn.
The NBA gave points, and the reason that is so important is because in gematria, Knicks add up to 95 in gematria every single time. They do things by certain codes, by certain scripts every single time. And the Knicks fall to 4-2 all time, head to head in the NBA Finals. And the Spurs